Hello and welcome back to the King James Bible Sunday School channel on YouTube and Rumble, and to our day by day devotional coming from the Call to Glory publication this year. Today is August the 1st, 2026. August 1st, 2026. The devotion is coming from Proverbs 14, verses 1 through 16 today. Proverbs chapter 14, verses 1 through 16. And before we go into the devotion, we go to our daily Bible reading schedules. And yesterday I was a chapter off on the Old Testament reading. Today's reading is going to be Psalms 65, 66, and 67. That's Psalms 65, then Psalm 66, and then finally Psalm 67. And then Romans chapter 2 in the New Testament. Romans chapter 2. And tomorrow's reading is going to be Psalms 68 and 69 and Romans chapter 3. Psalms 68 and 69 and Romans chapter number 3. And then for our yearly schedule through the ribbon markers of David Daniels is going to be, let's see here, just double checking some. I checked a couple of different things here, and I was looking at some other dates earlier, and I thought I misread, basically. Because what I'm saying, of course, is our yearly schedule and then a modification of that for the 6 months this time. So anyway, the yearly today is you want to get through about 2/3 of 1 Samuel chapter 17, then finish Psalm 107, about a third of Psalm 108, about this looks like 5/6 of Luke 16. Should be Luke 16, 5/6, and then about half of Luke 22. I'm sorry, Ezekiel 16. Did I say Ezekiel? Ezekiel 16, about 5/5. Ezekiel 16. Luke 23, about half of that. And Second Timothy chapter 2. Finish that up in chapter 3, about half. All right. Then tomorrow will be First Samuel chapter 17. We'll finish that. About a third of chapter 18. Finish Psalm 108 and a sixth of 109. Finish Ezekiel 16 and a third of chapter 17. Then, see, 4/5 of Luke 23. We're pretty close to the end. And then Second Timothy chapter 3. Finish that up. All right, and then for our 6-month schedule through the Bible, using a modified, uh, and I'm going to try not to say this anymore. It's just a modified uh, ribbon system. I've just moved the ribbons to give us one reading in the New Testament, the rest of the Old Testament. So we have less small portions in the New Testament. It is what it is, you know. But anyway, today's reading is Genesis 36, verses 20 through 30. I'm sorry, 43. Genesis 36, verse 20 through 43. Chapter 37, verse 1 through 11. Judges chapter 6. Isaiah chapter 43. Second Chronicles chapters 11 and 12. Mark chapter 9, verse 14 through 50. Alright, so again, Genesis 36, verses 20 through 43. 37, verses 1 through 11. And Judges 5, Isaiah chapter 43, Second Chronicles chapters 11 and 12, and Mark chapter 9, verse 14 through 50. Then tomorrow will be Genesis chapters 37, verse 12 through 36, 38, that's the end of chapter 36. Then 38, verses 1 through 11, Judges chapter 6, verses 1 through 24. Isaiah chapter 44, Second Chronicles chapters 13 and 14, and Mark chapter 10. In Genesis 37, verses 12 through 36, chapter 38, verse 1 through 11, Judges 6, verse 1 through 24, Isaiah chapter 44, Chronicles, chapters 13 and 14, and then Mark chapter number 10, rather, Mark chapter 10. Then our 3-month schedule through the New Testament epistles that we didn't read last time is going to be today's reading, 1 Corinthians chapters 14, verses 21 through 40, and then chapter 15. 1 Corinthians chapters 14, verse 21 through 40. It's not very long. Chapter 15 rather, is pretty long. But yeah, all that is on. Oh, sorry, it's on today. Tomorrow is going to be 1 Corinthians chapter 16 and Acts chapter 1. 1 Corinthians chapter 16 and Acts chapter number 1. All right. So, let's get back to the devotional. Again, call to glory. Proverbs 14, verses 11 through 16. I want to read verse 16 that it has here. A wise man feareth and departeth from evil, but the fool rageth and is confident. A wise man feareth and departeth from evil, but the fool rageth and is confident. Consider the fear of the Lord. Pastor Dale Schwartz, Harbor Light Baptist Church, West Haven, Connecticut. And I've spelled his name before, but Pastor Dale Schwartz, that's Schwarz, Schwartz. Okay. Consider the fear of the Lord. The word fear that we are considering in Proverbs 14, verse 16, and other verses in Proverbs means a reverence, respect, and high esteem for God and His Word. We will gain wisdom as we fear the Lord and turn from ways that displease our God. Many people are making very unhealthy and unwise decisions in life because they are not considering the wisdom of the fear of the Lord. Proverbs 9, verse 10. The book of Haggai, the prophet, is the book of consideration. The theme of Haggai is the unfinished temple and his mission to admonish and encourage the builders. Here are a few truths that we can consider as New Testament believers as we study Haggai. Number 1, consider church work before your work and before yourself. Haggai chapter 1, verse 2 through 5. Humanism is an enemy of Christ. We should be focused on Jesus Christ and His church that He gave us His life, or He gave His life for. Number 2, rather. Consider your comfort. Haggai chapter 1, verse 6 through 7. Think about the lost on their way to an eternal hell. How about them? Leave your comfort zone. Leave your comfort zone regularly and give them the gospel. We were not created for our comfort. We were created for God's pleasure. God punishes disobedience and blesses obedience. Haggai chapter 1, verse 10 through 13. Number 3, consider your commitment. Haggai chapter 2, verse 14 and 15. Revelation 3, verse 14 through 17 speaks of the lukewarm believers of Laodicea who were neither cold nor hot. Yeah, the lukewarm believers who were neither cold nor hot. Half-hearted Christian living makes God sick to his stomach. Number 4, consider your concern. Haggai chapter 2, verse 16 through 17 This word is filled with people who were wandering in darkness and despair. We have the bright light of Jesus Christ to shine in us now. Oh, let me read that correctly. We have the bright light of Jesus Christ in us. Let that light shine. Wow, how I misread that so much. I don't know. Anyway, that's all right. We'll leave it at that. I want to encourage you, of course, to be meditative on that. Tomorrow's devotion comes from Joshua 6, verse 2. Joshua 6, verse 2. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Of course, I want you reading the Word of God. So that's, uh, I hope that that's still very obvious in this, that I want you reading the Word of God. That's my encouragement to you. Read it, study it, pray, believe it. All right. We'll see you again tomorrow for another day by day devotional. Bye.